Hi, I'm James from Low Street Studios and this is our studio tour. Come on in. So welcome to Low Street Studios. This is our main room. We do a lot of teaching and recording down here. Low Street Studios is born out of two existing businesses. It's my business, which is the recording side of things, and my business partner Steve's business. He is a music teacher. So in here, let's call it Studio One because that sounds great. We've got this beautiful Yamaha C3. It's a gorgeous 5-foot grand piano, and we've had some beautiful use out of it. It sounds great. There you go, that'll do. And because of the acoustics of this room, we pick up the natural reverb as well. The reason we can record down here is because when we moved in, there was all sorts of goodies for us. Ethernet cables, trunking, all the power was in everywhere we wanted it. These beams, they're awesome. And if you look over there, that's a stage box. We've got 6 channels of input from over here, so we can get everything we want. The hub of most buildings, the kitchen. Hopefully you can tell, maybe you can't, but hopefully you can. The acoustics in here change dramatically. So we tend to use this as a gathering area for any parents waiting for their kids having lessons, anybody waiting for their own lesson. But we have the option to record in here as well because there's another stage box on the wall over there. So this is Studio 2, the smallest room in the building, but don't worry because size doesn't matter where we're concerned. This is one of the most used rooms in here, and funnily enough, we haven't got stage boxes in here, but that's okay because it's all part of the music school that we run at Low Street Studios. Behind you, I'm not going to ask you to turn around, but behind you there's a guitar, there's amps on the floor, there's a hi-fi system in here, helium canister, we had a party so I blew up some balloons, and then this Yamaha electric piano which isn't on. We've got mirrors everywhere so that we can train vocalists, saxophonists, clarinet players, woodwind and sax, woodwind and brass. I'm sure you all know you need to be watching yourself, your posture and how you're doing. Singing's another good one where you could be watching your posture to make sure you've got the right sort of thing going on and getting all the air out properly. On we go. Yeah, careful up the stairs here, right? So this is our main room, this is Studio 3, our main live room for bands and artists to come and record with us. In here we've got a wonderful array of equipment. Got this amazing Casio Privia PX850 and our desk, our Soundcraft Spirit LX7, 24 channel. It just does kind of more than we need it to for this room, but what I did last week, I actually had a band in who wanted to rehearse and make some stuff in here, and they loved the sound of the room so much that we just ran them through the desk and mixed them here and then recorded a stereo out. So flexibility in this place is unparalleled. We can do multi-track recordings up to 12 channels in there, and we can do up to 24 channels in here and then mix and send the stereo bus out to the machine. So moving on, I guess kind of the crown jewel of this room is our vintage Ludwig kit. I mean, we've had this for about 20 years now and this thing sounds awesome. I just kind of wish I could play it, but I guess that doesn't sound like much coming through the microphone on the camera, but believe me, in this room sounds awesome. So the PA is obviously powered by the desk and some amps and very awesome little Zoom machine for all the reverb and effects that we use in here, but everything's through these big old Wharfedales, and they're really loud. They're way louder than we need them in here, but that's kind of the thing, you know. It's nice to have the fader on like a quarter of an inch up and it's still blasting your ears, because you know that you can take this rig out and do anything you want with it. So this is my favourite place in the building. This is kind of like my home away from home, and it's our control room. Come over and I'll show you the room. It's actually really simple. We're a deskless studio. Our desk for recording in here is this guy. This is our Antelope Audio Zen Studio, which has 12 mic pre's on it. There's 4 there and there's another 8 on the back that are all plugged in already. So that's what I was saying about our 12 channels of mic pre. We can take all those signals, plug them in here, and the super fast USB 3 gets everything into the computer at pretty much light speed. So latency is 0, sound quality is hugely good because Antelope Audio, if you don't know, links in the description. Go and have a look at their stuff because it's absolutely incredible. They're known for their clocking, which makes all of their sample rates properly true and properly brilliant. So as the Antelope works, it goes into the computer. It's a Logic Pro 10 rig. I do have Pro Tools 11 as well, and I'll use that for client desires. Let me show you this thing. This is another bit of a secret weapon. This is our Antelope Audio Satori, which is a high-end monitor controller. And this thing's great because we've got 4 stereo channels, or 8 mono left and rights, of summing. So it's not just a monitor controller, we can actually sum whatever's gone into our project just through this box and record it straight back into the Zen. That gives us that added edge of a digital studio because we've actually got analog gear that we can run a whole session through and get lefts and rights, a stereo sound, as if it's been run through a desk. It hasn't, and we've saved 40 grand on buying a desk, a nice desk that sounds good. So through our monitor controller, what good's the controller if we haven't got monitors to control? I'm sure you've clocked them already. The Focal CMS 40s, these are great, but obviously I think anyone who knows anything about Pro Audio wants to see these 3 letters here. Can you see that? Yeah? Yeah, well, I just don't need to say anything else. But I'm going to anyway. These are our PMC 226s. 6 is for the 6-inch driver that's in them. All the monitoring's powered here. There's no other amplifiers, there's no other coloration, so it is just the sound of the Zen and the speakers. Sorry, the sound of the Zen through the Satori and the speakers. I'm just going to go through the last bits with you. We've got our Warm Audio 1176. This thing's amazing. It uses the same sort of transformers that 1176s were using back in the day, the Yuri stuff, the Cinemag. I think I've got that right, but they're just amazing. It sounds, believe it or not, like an 1176, which is great. And that's it really as far as post goes. The rig was kindly supplied by my friends at Giraffe Audio in Birmingham. I'll put a link to their channel on the bottom so that you can go and check them out because they do some really cool stuff. And tell them James sent you and see what happens. I don't know. So that's it. That's the Loader Street Studios tour. I'll do a couple of more videos on our mic locker and maybe some backline and instruments that we've got in here. But for the moment, that's it. Thanks very much.